Welcome back to Laura's Design Studio. As you can see, I have a bunch of jewelry molds out. And there are some back here that you can't see, like my little skulls. I also have these, which are brand new. They're little pumpkin earrings. I have those same one in Ghosts and Pac-Man and pumpkins. What else is back here? I have some INTORESIN molds back here, like the starfish, the water ripple starfish, the little pendants. I have 3 sizes of those. This is for barrettes and keychains, and there is something sitting in there. There we go. These are for keychains. These are little stud earrings. This whole thing is little stud earrings of all different kinds. Then we have your standard mold over here. I mixed up 100 milliliters of Bond Crafters 1:1. Now you guys know I do use UV, but not nearly as much as I do epoxy. And I like to do jewelry with the epoxy. UV is a lot quicker, but I seem to get better results with epoxy. So that's what I'm going with today. And obviously I'm not going to pour everything here, but we are going to pour some of each. And I've got a bunch of alcohol inks out, and of course Sinker White. So I'm going to come over here and start pouring some of these. That is way too much in there. That's okay, I'll get it out in just a second. These hearts over here can actually also be used as pocket hugs. Alright, now let me get that way over the top there. You have to leave room for your inks. That is better. So I'm just going to pour a variety. Pouring into a resin rocker or cabochon mold back here. And let's get some into resin molds back here. And pour these little earrings. Where's the matching? There it is. These little bitty ones where we're gonna have to use a stick for. These don't take hardly anything. Matter of fact, that turtle has way too much in it. Dog paw, way too much. These take hardly anything. You want to stretch your resin? Do jewelry. You can make a ton of jewelry with hardly any. Told you guys I have that market coming up on September 13th, and I'm going to be taking more of the casting powder than anything because it's an outdoor market. And as we know, resin doesn't exactly like heat. And with temperatures here in Texas, you definitely need to be careful with what you take to a market. I don't usually do outdoor markets because of my lupus and the fact that resin doesn't like heat. Unfortunately, most of the markets here in Austin they use outdoor a lot. You know, the weather here is generally good. We don't get a lot of bad weather. Well, if I could hold on to it. Shit. Let's see here. Pour the moon over here. All right, let me grab some alcohol ink. I have these left. They're almost done. that one wasn't poured. I didn't even pour these, but I dropped alcohol ink into them. This is the Sinker White. Woo. You dripped that way too fast. Whoa, 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 too far. Just gonna go through and fill these up a little more. Oh, starfish is sitting crooked clear up here. Let's see if we can. Yeah, no red in there. Let's see. That one is going to definitely overflow. Transfer some of that. These bottles leak like no other. I have alcohol ink all over me. That's fine. Tell me, do you guys like epoxy or UV better? do you exclusively use UV for jewelry? Or do you do epoxy jewelry? This one has resin in it. So is that one. And that one. And that one. Probably this one too, yep. That's the trick, is to remember where you put your Where did you put your resin? Especially when you're looking at a large a large batch. Ooh. Definitely alcohol ink all over me. Oh. I'm going to mix up some more resin and we'll be back. Okay, we're back. I know I didn't bring you back. All I did was mix up another 100 milliliters of 1-to-1 bond crafter and fill everything up and put in more color and sinker. That's it. So I think we're at the point now where we can kind of go through and stir these. My resin has been setting up super quick. If you guys have been around, I am doing a table and I'm doing it with deep pour, and it's been setting up in 24 hours, which is just crazy. So I think we can go in and stir these up now. Let's see. No particular pattern, just doing it different on every one of them. I don't even know if I put any other color in these. It's definitely stringy. These are so little, I don't know that they'll do anything. Same thing with these. Those little Pac-Man and stuff, they're not even, there's no room in there to stir. Come on. We'll see how these skulls turn out. Oh. I know they're back here and you guys can't see. My silicone tip just came off of this one. Like I'm doing something vigorous with it. Okay, we're just gonna let these do their thing, and we will see what we come out with when we do the demold. Talk to you soon. Welcome back. Let's see what we have. We're just gonna start over here. That's that one. The white sunk all the way to the bottom. Same with that. I'll probably go back through and put like either charms or pink. I like nail art stickers on them. But we shall see. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just unmolding these. These are super shallow. I wasn't sure how they would work. And yeah, the white sunk all the way down. That one's almost all white. Okay, I'm going to do this one. Same thing, these molds are really shallow. That one. Same thing. There's that one. Just gonna go up to the top here. This one needs some trimming. So does this. Nope, this one does not. Okay. This is the INTORESIN moon pendant. And that's what that one looks like. Let's see the skulls. There we go. You can see that color just wisping. There's that one. Sorry guys. There's that one. Having trouble holding on to it. Here's this one. These sell at my craft shows all the time. There's another one. There's that one. This is my old mold. You can tell. Okay. So here's the old mold. It looks matte. Here are my new ones. That's what happens when you're mold, when you've used it a bunch. So, yeah. This is the INTORESIN pendant charm. Not happy with that one at all. But nothing a charm or something couldn't fix. There's the starfish. There's the other. These are water ripple, the two pendants, and the two pendants and the starfish are all water ripple. Now here is, these are some of the new molds right here to make stud earrings. Ooh, I don't like him. I'll have to re-pour him. His face got all blobby white. Yep, so this one. I'll have to re-pour those. Not use white sinker in them. Let's see if the ghost came out any better. The ghost I only put white in. Well, he needs trimming, but he did come out with just put white in him. So let's see. Pumpkins. There is the little pumpkin. There's the other little pumpkin. Pac-Man. These are Pac-Man. There's the Pac-Man and the ghost. Might as well do these little ones while we're on little. There's some, that's a dog paw. There's both of them. There's the diamonds. Yeah, don't use sinker white in these little bitty ones. I should have known better. You would think, right? Turtles, same thing. Can't hold on to them. Hurts. If you know, you know. And then just little round ones. Okay, that's a cute stud earring mold. Alright, let's do this little one. These are also for stud earrings. That. Dropped one. Here is these little earrings. Ooh, that, I like that one. That one's cool. That one you can see all the colors in. And I don't think I did the right part. Is that matched to that one? That one and that one match. That one and that one match. This one and this one. Nope. There's not a matching one to this. Okay, well here. It must be studs and then a couple of pendants. I'll have to look on the description again. There's those. Blue stains molds. My blue does. Okay. I mean, this was total 400. Yeah. No. 200. This was total 200. 200 milligrams. So far we've gotten all these, and I still have more to unmold here. So here are the keychains. There's that one. I guess if you want to make them as earrings, they'd be big. But some people like their earrings humongous. There's that one. Too much white. Too much white to sink. Clean all those off. Now these were for barrettes. A big piece of resin right here. Jingle Christmas. There we go. Alright, so these are for barrettes and they came with alligator clips. There's that one. And I don't know. That sinker white is way too heavy for these. I might have to just pour these like marble. Instead of alcohol inks, I might just use pigments to marble. Powders or what am I thinking? Powders or pigment paste. Okay, last tray of stuff. Yeah, I actually like the white on that one. It's kind of cool looking. Heart. Ellie, are you whining about the show? They're watching Destination Fear, which I finished watching all the ones on YouTube, and all of their new ones are on YouTube. They're no longer on the Discovery Channel. This one had a ton of stuff stuck to it. There we go. There's that one. That one, you make those into stud earrings. They'd be a little big, but you know, like I said, some people like their earrings big. I wear teeny tiny ones, and I haven't taken earrings out of my ears in over 20 years now. I'm allergic to tons of different kinds of metals, so I can wear titanium, surgical steel, and platinum. That's it. So there's another one. I like that one. My ears are double pierced. So in one hole I got titanium, in the other hole I have surgical steel. And I haven't taken them out in over 20 years. Hearts are the last ones. There's that one. It's kind of cool looking. And there's that one. Alright guys, so if you're looking for ways to stretch your resin, especially if you're like me and on a fixed income, and you know, like me, I order all my resin at the first of the month, and sometimes depending on the projects that I've poured, I am like running down to nothing at the end of the month. So this is a real easy way to stretch your resin. Like I said, this was 200 milligrams, and we got all of this jewelry out of it. I have. You can make these into keychains or just sell them individually. I do both. And then some of these you can make definite earrings. You know, the earring molds are good. And some of these can go into the tray bezels. I have a bunch up there. I don't know what sizes I have, but there we go. This is what you get. So like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Hit the black bell so you know the next time I upload a video. And we will see you in the next one. Don't forget all your discount codes in the description. There is a brand new Bond Crafter one. It's a really good deal. I've already gotten mine and might order another one. Great deal. Talk to you soon.